So close, man. Do you notice that voltage going up? Alright, so just wanted to show you this tip. Gary. I put that in a holder. I know it's going to be hard to see these meters here, but this one's measuring how much overall is going into this. This is measuring how much the ECM's putting out. And of course that is measuring what I got to add to keep it going, right? So let's see here. So, and I paralleled 2 out of the 4 coils, so resistance is a lot lower. Like that, adjusting the hulls a little bit. So right now we're putting in 185. It's requiring about 360. ECM's putting out about 210. And I can increase this. Now ECM's putting out about 250. We're running overall, it's surging up close to 500 watts going into this. We're having to give it 220. So a little less gain. Now it went to CC, see that? But it's still climbing. It's still got enough current, I guess, to bring it on up. See if it'll recover. Yep, recover. And I move the hulls back. So that's full speed. It's taking over 500, about 520 watts. ECM's putting out 280. It's almost the same. We're almost putting in the same amount. So show you what it does when I try to disconnect. It slows right down. But yeah. And if I go any lower voltage here, I got a diode, blocking diode. It's probably hot. Got a blocking diode there so nothing can go back. Ooh, this driver's getting a little warm. Yeah, that's a little hot. Might need to be easy with it. Yeah, see, it switches right to CC right away. Doesn't like it. But anyway, so more of what's going on. I'm gonna let this cool down because this is hot. I mean, it's not gonna burn me, but that's it's at least 130, 140 degrees. Let that cool down. The bridge is warm. Not really. Not above ambient really. This fan kicks on whenever it needs to. So. But anyway, so the way I wired it, I have, 4 pairs, or 4 triplets in there. So they were a series, 1, 2, 3, boom, 4, and then neutral to star. Now it's 2 pairs to star, and then it's paralleled 2 to star. I think I'm gonna reverse that. Because I think I shot myself in the foot. My current went way up on this. Another thing I noticed is, make sure that's down or it's going to take off. So before I changed the windings, when this was all the way up, at 61 volts, I was only burning the ambient about 4.1, 4.2 watts. Since I changed the winding, now it's up to 8. So that tells me that whatever's leaking through there with that low resistance is now it's now just taking too much current. I think my resistance is too low, in other words. So, but yeah, I don't know what your ohms ohm out with your motor, Tim, but this is 16 gauge, 40 turns each on each single coil. So yeah, my meter fluctuated between 0.2 and 0.3 ohms, basically half of what it was. So anyway, yeah, I'm hoping the new drum will fit on my my coils. But yeah, I think I'm gonna reverse it because I was doing way better. I was getting the ECM was putting out, it was almost like double. Like this, well, the ECM was putting out the same, but I was only having to put in about 120 watts. So I think I went the other direction on this one. So just food for thought. I didn't mean to make this too long, but yeah, it definitely doesn't like it. That's still pretty warm. Need to let that cool down. Might call it for today. I even tried disconnecting one of the phases off the bridge to see, you know, it lends a little bit less, but it still wouldn't loop real easy. So, or I mean, it slowed down. It just slows down a little bit slower. I tried my my buck down, this nice expensive buck down, what I used on the Mini. I can't find my diodes. It needs more diodes because this doesn't want to kick in. When I connect the power source to the front, this doesn't want to put out anything. So the ECM is basically not putting out nothing. When I clamp it back here on the input, it'll start putting out, and I can control the CC right here. But that didn't help any. And this thing is not very efficient. I remember when I had it hooked up the other day, I sent you all the video. It was putting out 7.5 watts to barely idle that, and I was having to put in 20. So, and I don't think I was boosting that far. I think I was boosting to I can't remember. Oh, that was from my battery. So about 19 volts up to I think 40 volts. It wasn't very efficient at all. So I'm gonna probably get a W900. Change this windings back. I'm not gonna do parallel all four. It's gonna be way too much resistance, I think. Cause yeah, I got that 16 gauge is already pretty hefty wire. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that. And yeah, someone broke into my car this couple days and stole I already told y'all what it was, but yeah, a little upset about it. Called the police, filed a little report, but it's gone. You know what I mean? Luckily, it was cheap. It was only like $50 to $100 when you sell it used. Brand new, it was only like $250. So not too big of a loss. But anyway, peace. Okay, here's another one. Wired a little differently. Still no cigar. But it's fun. It's a work in progress. Got my RPMs up. Just a little bit of power. Half an amp at 30 volts. Yep. Getting there. I got some more plans. I got a couple more plans for this bad boy. Okay, so this appears to be a current sweet spot. We're producing about 200 watts. It's taking about 300 to run. And it surges up and down a little bit, but only 130, and this is full. It's full speed. I can adjust it a little bit. Now I'm getting 220, 157, so this is much better. Although I will say, it seemed like, and I'll have to look at the video, but it seems like the other one ran faster than this, but this is more efficient. So even at high speed, my efficiency tanked. I think I was getting 230, if I recall. No, it was more than that. But yeah, it just took too much. See, now I moved the hulls back to kind of their sweet spot. The ECM doesn't drop too much when I do that. A minute ago I had a sweet spot where it was almost like I was I was producing about half as much. I mean, I was producing 2 times what it was taking to run it. So, yeah. And that, you can see that red light flashing. You can hear it too. That's that damn shitty stator. So hopefully that'll help with that. I might go ahead and try with that little driver for a short period of time. Now that I have some data on the amp draws, see what changes between the drivers. I'll just hook it up the same way. It's RPM test. It's scary. It's scary, guys. That's lying. That's lying. About. That looks about right. How you gotta lie so much? Check up here. Yeah, I'd say 18, 1900. And I got more. I could give it more. Woo. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good until I get this thing secured. It would have crawled back up there probably, yeah, that's cooled down a little bit now. It would have probably crawled up there to probably close to what it already had. It has more torque though. Like, it feels like it. It feels like when I spin that deal, it just wants to kick and torque. It didn't do that before that much, that I can remember. But yeah. I don't think I had probably about 18, 17, maybe a little less when it was loaded, but I don't want to, if I short this out, it's gonna do that CC thing again. So I think before I do anything else, probably need to get this thing wired back the way I had it. That way I'm not drawing so much current, because it never did that. This thing never went into CC mode on me ever. When I was doing all kind of stuff, I was shorting it out, doing everything I was just doing, and it never did that. So even when I turned the voltage down, it did it worse when I told it to turn the voltage down. And yeah, and I noticed the ECM putting out, it's of course it's locked to this voltage, so whatever this is allowing this to be, obviously the higher, the more I get out of it. But yeah, I think I was a lot closer with them all series together with and Star. So yeah, I really don't want to have to take those windings off. I need to get a better drum on here, because this is if I spin this at a right enough speed with this connected, the green light will come on, right? And then I can see that alarm. It'll only come on once per rotation, so that's where that magnet's, the field's damaged. I tried to straighten it out. It was a lot worse a while back, and then I straightened it a lot out with the permanent pyramid magnet, and it made it way better. It made it to where it would run without click, click, click. It was real loud, and I can still hear it. Because when I hook the Hollis driver up, it's smooth as butter. Thinking about trying that, but I know I'll burn it. Oh, I know I'll burn that thing real quick, because it's only I think 380 watts. And I think this has exceeded. I can't remember what wattage this is, Tim. I know it's 15 amp, 80 volts, but so I didn't exceed it like that. But I want to say these were 400 watts. So yeah, I was going over, but still working out. Yep. All right, so just one more time, quick comparison. Hook this back up. Got it pretty sweet spotted in, I think. So that's my input now, 138. I am getting a little more. I'm spinning a little bit faster, and I'm pegged out. See that damn alarm light? It's surging. Look at that, though. Surging to 400. That's weird. I don't know why it does that. It's moving at advanced a little bit. That's retarding. Retarding more. I'm gonna go until it don't like it. Yeah, I'd say the ESC is a little more efficient, just a smidgen. I'll have to go back and write these numbers down from the gap. If I get more speed, get a little bit more current, 150 to 178. That's strange. Almost like yours a little bit, Tim. It likes the surge, but the amps are high. So, anyway, nice little comparison. And I set it to the same volts. That way it's a fair match, right? Now let's see if I can adjust this to where I get about 77. I think I was spinning faster than this. So there's my low draw. Yeah. It's probably that stator with the damaged fuel. Uh-oh. My clamp fell off. I better be careful and get that turned on. Ooh. Woo. Adjusted a few more things. Did you see that? Went above 70. I gotta get above. And that does something right there. Let's confirm. Because I know it changes the waveform. Oh crap. Got my capacitor built up to go series to the big one. These are about 1300 UF, so it's not a lot of capacitance, but they are 400 volts what I have. These are alright, got my hulls adjusted, now it'll run. We're putting out about 18, but check this out. These ECMs will put out, man, once it's up to a certain speed, so I might need to go harder 1-to-1. Jumped out of CC, now we're good. Look at that production. We're putting out 300 now, using 2. Now it's surging up to 800 watts. And that's using 268. It's a bummer it wouldn't loop right there, man. That would be badass. These things are putting out, man. If that thing's right. I know it looks like it was fluctuating a little bit. I may wire those back to Delta and try that. Or I may put a 25, go my 25 on there. I got my chain a little bit tight, but I can go 25 tooth. It gives them ECMs even more of a boost. If I go 24, 25 being the Samsung, it's just barely over 1-to-1. It probably won't matter that much, but it does gain a little speed because that threshold's sharp, man. Yeah, that threshold is sharp, and that capacitor, I need to put a diode there. Oh, I thought I turned it all the way down. So right here, you see that we're putting out fluctuating 280 to 340 or so. It's only costing us 200 to run. I got the driver maxed out. I'm gonna try Yeah, it starts lugging pretty good. I want to do more low speed. Right there's 23 watts, but we're not putting out much. You can hear it kind of try to drive it though. Now we're pretty much 1-to-1 on the power. Yeah, I ain't gonna do it there. Yep. Still fun though. Yeah, I'm gonna switch some more things around, I guess. I could go delta, man, but it's nice to have all that current available, but not a lot I can do with it if I can't get it to loop back. Because at that peak, it was bouncing up and down to 800 watts. That's pretty wicked. And that haul, I got it a lot better now than I ever have, and it makes a difference when that's right. So I won't retire that drum yet. And even when I do, I think I'm going to put Neos in it. Well, why not? I definitely don't want to scrap the stator I made, so I figure, you know what? We'll just put Neos in there. Even I thought about spacing them down a little bit so that it's the right distance. But anyway, yeah, I got to watch these wires, man. I got a lot of wires coming out of the motor. That's why I'm dreading that other motor. It's got so many damn wires on there now. But anyway, it's fun. I mean, and there's not very many people doing shit like this. That's what's crazy. And yeah, you know, it's not supposed to work, but someone's got to try. I mean, to me, it's just crazy. Why not test it? You know, some of the stuff we've seen says that it should be there should be something there. So
okay, Gary. I got right here's the battery I used to start it with. There's the negative right here. Here's the positive. Not connected. No bullshit. That's what we're running at for volts on this cap bank. These are all in series, 100,000 microfarads, 100 something. Yeah, 100,000 I think they are. So it's a 100,000 cap bank, 100,000 microfarads at 25 volts, so that's 100 volts. Here's what we're running at for amps. Surging up and down, just like the other unit. Here's what we're running at. Take this voltmeter off. This goes to 0, right? Plug it right. This is connected to the cap bank right here. Comes in here, rectified. Goes in the two caps. Those are 400 volt caps at 400 volts at 4200. So here's what we're running at on those bank, on that cap capacitors there. Here is what set for 40 volt range. It's bouncing up and down. Give them what it needs. So current limit of what do we have? 3 amp current limit. We're not putting on any more than 3 amps. That back up to 40. This is the set button. That's your range. These two are up and down. The two middle ones. Speed right here. Turning really easy. 2-to-1 deduction, 1.7 to 1 there, and then you get the small one down there on the main shaft for the Samsung. So we got plenty of leverage off the Samsung for a prime mover, and then a nice deduction on the timing belt. New style ECM that I was telling you about with the neodymium in the center. Look at this shit, Gary. We're running looped. Back to what we were before. Only one ECM. Neodymium's in the center. Game changer. The W900 regulator. Booster regulator. And buck boost when we need to. This goes all the way up to 120 volts if you wanted to. It won't run loop though if I run it up high. If I set it up for a max volts on the speed controller at 80 volts there, I can't run it loop. It slows right down. And it takes maybe about 30 seconds, 25-30 seconds, and it'll stop. But if I go easy on it and put out just what we need to maintain things, obviously we don't have a load on this yet, but